Hi students, welcome to Keyboarding, it's your elective class for 4th quarter. My name is Mr. Bailey and I'll be your teacher for this class. It's great that you've already gotten into Google Classroom, and now that you're in Google Classroom, I just want to kind of show you what's expected and maybe how long these things should take you. And so there's a 6.2 keyboard and a 6.4 keyboard, and of course you're in the correct one. And we're going to go to classwork here. And this is, hopefully you clicked on this first and you're looking at the video right now. But as you go down, it looks like there's a lot of work here. But I just want to kind of show you that this stuff is not very long at all. This is just a short video. These are just some things to read over. And this is just a quick quiz. Really, you could probably do this whole section, how to type, and the fingers section, in what we would think of as one class period. So if you want to do this section one day and this section the next day, you could. If you want to do it all at one time, that wouldn't be a problem. The information is pretty simple. The quiz is just to see if you looked at it, and that's it. And so these two big sections here, looks like a lot of work, but it's not. It's very simple. You move through it very quickly. Like I said, you probably do all of this in what we think of as one class period, both of these sections here. So then we get down to the last section, and these are some videos showing you how to use EduTyping. EduTyping is online, and so you go on the internet, type in EduTyping, and this video shows you how to do all of that. And that's what we're going to use to build your skill of typing. It is so important that you do this, try to do this consistently. I would suggest every day if you could for 30 to 40 minutes maybe. Your grade will be based on your accuracy, not your speed. I just want to throw that in there real quick. Some people think, oh, I've got to type fast. You don't have to type fast. You're learning. Some of you have never typed the way it's going to ask you to do it and the way it's going to ask you to put your hands up there. You've never done that before. And so it's going to be hard to begin with, and that's okay. That's why we have a whole quarter for learning how to type. It's a skill that you build. Think about if you were to play a game on like a PlayStation or an Xbox, and it was the controls or something you had never done before. You know, there's a lot of controls on an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, and you had to learn all those. It takes a little while, and you struggle right to begin with, but eventually you get used to it, and you get good at it, and you don't have to look down at your controller to, let's say, hit the jump button or something of that sort. Well, you're doing the same thing here, except you're having to learn the whole alphabet, and so it's a lot more keys to learn, and so it's going to take a longer time to build that skill. And it's all about using the correct fingers, not looking at the keyboard, looking at your screen, not looking, you know, if you have to look at your keyboard for just a few times right when you start learning a new key, I understand that. But eventually you don't want to look at the keyboard at all. You just want to be looking at the screen so you know what to type, and you want to be typing. And that may go really slow at times and kind of be irritating and be hard. And that's okay. Again, you're building a skill. It's not going to be easy right to begin with. And you'll be adding new keys frequently. So it's not, it may get easier after the first few days, but then all of a sudden you start adding more and more keys, and so it keeps, you know, you have to relearn where a new key is at. It is so important that you use the correct fingers. It is so important that you use the correct fingers. On EduTyping, it will show you which fingers you should be using. If you're not using the correct fingers, and if you're not looking at your screen instead of looking at the keyboard, in other words, don't look at the keyboard, then you're really just wasting your time. And this is really the only time you're going to have to build this skill, unless you were to do it on your own time. And we know that for most people that's not going to happen. This class is not offered in high school. It won't be offered again to you in middle school. And so this is your one chance to have a skill that's really a lifelong skill that will help you in the future, help you in high school, it'll help you in college, and depending on what kind of job you have, it'll help you then as well. Most people type some in their jobs, and then some people type a lot in their jobs. And so just using a computer and keyboard or a laptop, it will make your work so much more efficient to know how to type. If you have any questions, email me. My email is jbailey, B-A-I-L-E-Y, at wcpss.net. That's the best way to get with me quickly, and I'll help you out. If you find a mistake on this site, on the Google Classroom, or something's not working correctly, please let me know, because I definitely could make a mistake. It's great that we're learning this. This is a great time to accomplish this skill, because doing it at home is really no different than doing it at school, except it's so important that you make the effort to do it correctly. You got to do that, okay? So maybe reaching out to you later, we'll see. And I'll send an email to your parents if I had their email address. And so hopefully they got that. All right. Good luck.